So welcome to my channel. So in today's video, my goal is to take you through how good GLM 5.2 is. So I've been using this model. I'm a long fan of the ZAI ecosystem. So as you can see here, I've been using their system for a long time. As opposed to kind of like using most of the Western model. So they have a lot of a very nice ecosystem of tools. This agent node here, you connect like Telegram, write full stack applications, write research paper, and the rest all for free. You also have like an image generator. So you see GLM image. They have AutoClaw. So they have a lot of products. So the ecosystem is really great. So I've been with them. I've been using them to work. So today, the goal is to show you how good actually is the GLM 5.2. So as you can see here, this is actually the Kimi K 2.7 code, and they are kind of like comparing based on cost. So you can see here that the cost here is the GLM 5.2 is kind of more expensive, and then you can see the final result of what they are able to generate. See at the end of the day, see which one actually that is the better job. So beside that, you could also see like there was this post I saw that this UI interface was actually built by GLM 5.2. The other amazing post here about comparing GLM 5.2 and Opus 4.8, you could see in terms of cost. So you could see the cost here about 2.7x cheaper. Some will tell you 3x cheaper. And you could see that the UI that they actually developing. It's left for you to actually tell which one is the best. I've actually seen benchmark result actually showing GLM 5.2 outperforming Opus 4.8 in terms of front-end development, like building of websites. You could see in terms of like this architectural diagram, look at what Opus produce and look at what you have with GLM 5.2. You could see this website. It's left for you to tell which one. I think they are kind of like comparison. So this is the UI that I told you about. This is kind of like a drawing. This was actually built by GLM 5.2. So you could see a lot of other benchmark as well. This one is the deep SW. So the benchmark is meant for measuring front-end coding agents on horizontal long engineering tasks. You see the ranking here. GLM 5.2 comes very low, not that low, but I think the only model that beats it is kind of like GP 5.4, 5.5, but this one, Purple is kind of like actually there when you talk about how good this model. So if you look at so many other stuffs, for example, you see this, I've shown you this earlier, showed you this also, and then you could see like
especially Nigeria,
the performance here when it comes to other models. So these are other benchmark as well. You could see this one is for SW bench Pro, so you could see where it comes up. 2.1, and you could see Opus 4.8 having 69.2. You could see here also in terms of the terminal benchmark, you see how close it is. So some people can tell you that this is the best model when it comes to like so you could see here, this is a post on the X. You could see so say all the same pro, which one is the best. So they're actually asking which one is the best. Let's take a look at what people are saying here. So you can see surprisingly GLM 5.2 looks the best.
no matter how dark,
That's really 5.6 then the winner for me. So you see, so for it to even come to a place where people could be comparing it with other models and saying that, so having been confused on which one is actually doing the best work, that tells you it's actually doing. And you could see there's this general food that have been around Chinese model. That Chinese model, sometimes they say your data will be exposed. We are sending data to China. But one thing you should know about this model is that this model can be hosted anywhere. So the model was pretending in China. The inference run whenever you put it. So there are so many other companies that are running. In fact, you can run it. If you have enough RAM on your system, you can actually run it. I've actually seen, look at Onslaught. What Onslaught has actually done here is Onslaught has actually reduced the quantization of this model to up to 1 bit. So it has a 1 bit quantization. That means if you have like 270 gigabyte of RAM, you could run GLM 5.2. So it's not a matter of, so you could run it on your server, you could use it locally. So the question of whether this model is, this model is developed in China doesn't even come to play. So you could see other things like, are this model actually good enough? So this is not even a question. So personally, in fact, let me show you what is happening on my system right now. I use Z code. And one of the reasons why I use Z code is that I could connect Z code to my phone. So I could connect Z code exactly to my phone, and I'll be able to do development work while I'm not sitting on my PC. You could argue that other tools can actually do this as well. But if you also see it has this bot control, so that means you can connect it to Telegram and other tools as well. So one of the things you see quite here is that one of the things I want to show you, I had to switch to Kilo Auto Free. So I had to use this free model because I've exhausted my entire weekly limit. So you could see here. So let me go to more and show you. So you see here that I don't actually have anything more until June 27th. And we are talking about an $80 plan. This is kind of like the mass plan. It's not like the plan didn't actually do its job. The thing is that it was so good that I used all of it. I'm also using Cloud Code as well. So I could tell you exactly which one. So if I could still have Cloud Code, but I've finished my GLM credit, that goes to tell you that there are a lot of things that I'm able to achieve just using my Z code. So this model is actually very good. So the debate here is not actually anymore about how good these open source Chinese models are. So the debate is, have you tried it? Have you used it? Is it doing the job? So from the very beginning, I never listened to this. So for me, generally, I'd had nothing. I'm not running a company that kind of like holding people's data that they expose. So for me, I just use LLM to have fun using them. And I've found, so as a developer, I could easily tell you that I don't actually see the difference between using this model. They look pretty the same in what they do, and I could achieve almost exactly the same thing using any of them. So I think most of the times we pay emphasis on which model is better than the other, but at that level, so the top frontier models, like even the Google-based models like the Gemini Pro, for me, they are still good enough for me to use. So look at what this post is saying. This is from client. Say we kept hearing about how GLM 5.2 beats Opus 4.8 and are skeptical of benchmark. So we tested them on real bulk from the client repo. While both models fixed it, GLM was the winner in terms of cost and code quality. So listen to this. GLM used twice as many tokens. That GLM 1.1 million tokens versus Opus 660K token, but cost half as much. Opus finished quicker, 1.6 minutes and 12 boot calls versus GLM 4.7 minutes and 28 boot calls. GLM cleaned up the dead code and verified the build compiled before Opus didn't. It left type errors. So this, you could say this is about a particular code base, but I could tell you about my experience as well. So what I noticed is that if you are starting a project from scratch, the GLM 5.2 is really an amazing model when it comes to starting a project from scratch. It will perform at a very good rate. But when it comes to like fixing bugs, I think for me, based on my experience, I still give it to the codex-based models. That means from OpenAI. They are very good for me, fixing bugs. But when it comes to building from scratch, build and test, when the requirements are being given, I think GLM 5.2 is really, really good. So look at what this guy has to also say. So you say, okay, I finally stopped playing around and tested GLM 5.2 inside Dev. First of all, it was way better than I expected. Seriously. It's the strongest open model I have run, and it's not close. And secondly, it's still bundle free, Devon AI Pro. So if you're using Windsurf as well, I discovered that the model is also free there. I think it was actually one of my subscribers that dragged my attention to it and told me about how it's been using a GLM 5.2 free on Windsurf. So they have a subscription for about $20. So you could see enough of people talking about how good this model is. No, I'm building my own, but still testing about GLM 5.2 is next on my list. So the LM Arena leaderboard I used to was smooth over a lot of task specific variants. So it's a whole lot of talk. This one said, this thing is cooking. GLM 5.2. The UI it came up with looks like a standard liquid glass app. So you could see, you could check what people are saying about this model as well. So someone could actually argue that benchmarks are not really that reliable. It's the same thing when it comes to like using AI personal assistants. I've also had this kind of people telling me that MS Agent is the best. And I had this subscriber to my channel tell me that it's basically like propaganda by influencer. So there are so many other great personal agents. That, for example, the one I use personally, which is Gwenpa. This tool is amazing. Apart from the fact that it has curated, for example, a lot of free models that I can use, particularly when my subscription gets out. And there are so many things that I could do that does not actually require me to use a frontier model. And this thing has been doing its job greatly, from skills to MCP servers I could connect to the skill marketplace, to extensibility using plugin, to like this agent office plugin where I could know which agent is active and which one is not active. And if you look at it more or less, is that everything kind of like runs mostly on GLM 5.2. So, and this tool has actually served me a lot. So this is where I come to the end of this video. So this video is more or less to tell you how good GLM 5.2 is, and if it's actually something you've tried. If you've tried it and you've kind of like tested it and seen how great the model is, or you have some issues with the model, or you feel like it's not good, that it's kind of like a hype, you can also share your comment in the comment section as well. So let me see. And also learn from you. I've actually been learning from most of my subscribers when it comes to their experiences on using these models and these AI tools. So till the next one, take care.